It's September 2024 and in the morning we'll be off to Holgates Silverdale Caravan Park, and it's on the Lancashire-Cumbria border. This 5-star park has been there since 1956 and holds a David Bellamy Gold for Conservation. There are 80 touring pitches and we've booked a hard-standing fully serviced pitch, of course, at a cost of £43 per night, and it's 1 o'clock arrival. Well, the area is featured in my new Wild guidebook. Thank you for this, Jed and Sarah. We'll see you on the approach road in. Holgates is a group of 10 family-owned parks in Lancashire and Cumbria. Well, Silverdale is set in over 100 acres of mature woodland and countryside in an area of outstanding natural beauty and overlooking Morecambe Bay. So that sounds nice. Well, we just want a quiet pitch, but the site facilities offer a leisure complex, indoor swimming pool, gym, bowling lanes and plenty of activities for children. Well, we know there's a dog walking field here, and off-site there are plenty of coastal walks, woodland and farm trails.
Please follow the road for 800 yards.
Well, 0.7 mile to go. There are 1 or 2 narrow sections along the lanes coming in, but overall not too bad. So I've got my car and caravan dirty with all this wet weather. Good job I brought me bucket and sponge. Just got to watch these few blind bends on this narrow road. Hey up. It's pulling in.
Please turn right in 100 yards onto Cove Road.
Onto what road?
Cove Road.
Now turn right.
Look, we're in Cumbria.
Please turn right in 100 yards to your destination.
So we've just come out of Lancashire into Cumbria.
Now turn right.
Oh, it's here.
You have reached your destination.
This is where we are in the country, Silverdale. And on this trip I'll be using OS Explorer OL7. This is the site map. It does say copyright, but I've had permission from reception. Here's Cove Road and the entrance in. Reception, shop and leisure complex. Elm Drive is one way to this point here, and then it becomes two-way along here. This is a facility block with chemical toilet emptying point. Continuing along here to this point where it becomes one way again to the right. And this is the second facility block, and this also has chemical emptying facility. And then following the one-way system round, back to here. Then we continue coming out to this point here, and then it becomes one way again. And we're on pitch A9. And that takes you back to reception. There are 3 dog exercise areas, one here, and one here. And this is the footpath to Arnside Tower, and this footpath takes you to the folly called the Pepper Pot. I've just counted them, and there are 85 pitches, and they're all hard-standing, fully serviced. This is your pitching guide. I'll turn it over to show you the reverse side. And there's also an out-of-hours emergency contact number on your arrivals information leaflet. Just giving it a quick sponge. Don't like to see it mucky. Look at that for a sunset over Morecambe Bay. We were hoping for a sea view over breakfast this morning, but we've got up to sea fog. Big difference from last night's sunset.
Now the sea fog's lifting and the sun's coming out, we can take a look at our pitch and have a walk around site.
And here we are on pitch A9. Mobile phone signal's okay. There's the fresh water tap plugged directly into the caravan. There's the grey waste pipe into the drain point. I've used the 10-metre electric hookup cable, 16 amp, and I've also had to use my 10-metre TV hookup cable. Let's go around to the other side. Here's the TV cable, and it's plugged in here inside the battery box. Instead of plugging the TV fly lead into this socket, which is the caravan aerial, I plug it into this socket. And this socket is connected to the one in the battery box with a piece of coax cable. I've also got a satellite socket in case we stay at a site that offers satellite signal with external hookup. Well, this satellite socket connects to the satellite socket in the battery box with a piece of coax cable. This is the view to the right of us. You can see the recycling bins, motorhome service point and dog wash. This is the view behind us with Elm Drive at the top of the grass bank, and you can just see a static. This is the view to the left of us with the fog rolling in. This is the leisure complex, and there are two indoor swimming pools, one behind me and one here. That looks inviting. Water's crystal clear, and it's open 9 till 9, and you just pay 50p for your locker. There's a whirlpool in this one, and there's some toddlers in the main pool to the left. Another view for you. This is the cafe and restaurant, open 9 till 9. There's also a laundrette and a shop here, and this is the back entrance. A decent sized shop for provisions that you may need. Next to the shop are amusements and a mini bowling alley. An indoor children's play area. And you don't have to walk very far for the nearest bus stop here because it's on site just inside the entrance. With the barrier behind me and the leisure complex to the right of me, you follow that motorhome along the one-way system. There's the holiday homes in a beautiful setting, and we're heading down Elm Grove. This is the first of two children's play areas, and there's the Silverdale Galleon. Below the play area are touring pitch areas A and B, and pitches A 1 to 8 you drive onto the pitch from Elm Drive. We're on A9, we had to reverse in. And that's your view in front of you, and this one here is pitch A1. This is touring area B 1 to 7. There are lots of statics here, and that's all you can see, and this caravan's on B1. This is another look at area B. This is the area next to our caravan, nice and open, proper parkland this is. There are lots of open spaces on this park, and there are lots of other caravan sites out there that would have turned these spaces into pitches. Right, we're at the end of Elm Drive and we're going to be going up Oak Tree Drive. We're now at touring area C, pitches 1 to 9 to the left, and they've all got privacy hedges. This is pitch C1. Next to pitch C9 is the first of two facility blocks, and there's recycling bins behind me and also the chemical toilet waste disposal point. There's music on in there, so we'll have to mute it. Above the facility block are touring pitch areas D1 to 10 to the left and E1 to 10 to the right. We're now here with the second children's play area to the right. Here are two more touring areas, F 1 to 11 to the left and G 1 to 9 in front of us to the right. You can see one of the pods over there in the background. This is pitch F1. Most of them have got privacy hedges, and to the right there you can see pitches G, 7, 8 and 9. This one's pitch G3 and we're following the one-way system. This is the view from pitches G1, 2 and 3 and we're stood on pitch G2. This is touring area J1 to 8 and this one in front of us is shady area J1. And that's the second facility block. Above the facility block are pitches H1 to 12. Some haven't got hedges and some have. And this massive pitch is H6. This is the view opposite H6, and to the left are the J pitches and to the right are the H pitches. These are all good sized pitches around here. These pitches here are all set well back, as you can see, and to the left here is H12 and to the right is J8. And we'll make our way back to our caravan. Behind the J pitches is a tenting area with electric.
Yes, this is one beautiful park. You're not nose to nose, you've got your privacy hedges, you've got your open spaces. It really is excellent.
This is a view looking back down sight, and the first facility block is over to the right there. We're normally quite choosy when it comes to pictures, but we were spoilt for choice here. Hey, we've got his view back now. We can show you what the view is like from the front of our caravan. Stood at the front of the A-frame, just look at that view. And right over in the distance is Grange over Sands. As pitch depths go on this site, ours is probably one of the shortest, but we don't mind because we've got that view. Time for a cuppa.
Refreshments consumed, we're now off for a short walk. We're going to take a footpath from site to Arnside Peel Tower, and at around 600 years old, it's the oldest building in Arnside. Because it's not much further, we're going to carry on up to a viewpoint. Shame not to now, it's a clear day and sea fog's gone. The area is National Trust owned and managed, and our walk will take us through Arnside Knott Wood up to Arnside Knott Viewpoint.
This is the footpath we're taking, and you can see the second facility block over there. Here it is, just over a 5-minute walk from the caravan, and if you pitched at this top end, you're talking a couple of 3 minutes. It would have been 4 or 5 stories tall and been part of a house or hall. It was severely fire damaged in 1602, but it was repaired and reoccupied. In 1884, the Peel Tower was badly storm damaged. Today, the turret staircase is mainly intact, but because of its current state, it's not advisable to enter. Right, we'll carry on up to Arnside Knott, which is facing the tower up there. Arnside Peel Tower behind me, and across the road is the footpath to Arnside Knott. Look at the vast expanse of Morecambe Bay. Here we are at the viewpoint, and these 3 panels display all the names of the hills and mountains that you can see from here in the Lake District National Park. Coniston Old Man. Gail and I walked up there when we stayed at Coniston, and it's on our Pier Cottage Caravan Park video. We've come up amongst the trees, and the wooded area down there is called Arnside Park, and from here you've got a different view of Morecambe Bay.
We're looking for the trig point, but Robert can't find it.
I think it might be this way.
We've finally found it amongst all the trees and bushes, and it's 159 metres above sea level.
Well, we'll make our way back to the caravan, and there's Holgates Silverdale site. You can see all the statics. It's taken us 35 minutes to walk back from the trig point. We're pitched up along this section of Oak Tree Drive. Our walk to Arnside Tower took us up the site road, across the grass here, through a gate, down to another gate, and here's the tower. And then we continued down this field, past the farm, up this field, across the road, and up this bridle way through the woods to this crossroads here. Then we turned right, and that took us to Arnside Viewpoint. And then we carried on along this right of way to the triangulation pillar. And our walk back was along the same route.
This morning we're going to visit Arnside Town. It's on the estuary of the River Kent where it enters Morecambe Bay. It was once a fishing port, so there's one of those little concrete piers. There is car parking there, but we're going to walk because we want to take the coastal path there and come back through the woods.
We're at Far Arnside, and we've just took a slight detour down to this secluded stony beach. We're baking in the sunshine here, and it's quite beautiful. Hey, look at that view of those statics. They've got a good view out to sea. It's a bit rocky. You have to watch your footing on these limestone flats. You can expect to see curlews, waders and wildfowl here, and Gail's busy filming the plants and wildflowers. Well, as you can see, Arnside and Silverdale offer a unique landscape of national importance, and the area was designated in 1972. We'll rejoin the right-of-way footpath up here. Just coming out of the woods known as Arnside Park to Park Point. We're now at Arnside Point, and we can see one man and his dog on the beach.
It's time for refreshments. We've found a bench.
We've stumbled across a couple of shallow caves. That one goes around corner.
Oh yeah. Go on, you first.
Not likely.
Through the keyhole. Who lives in a cave like this?
We're now at Blackstone Point. We're back on the side of the estuary. We've got to go around this corner. Look at that, fishing on the River Kent. Look how the water off the hills has scoured its way through the mud. We're nearly there. I can just make out the pier. We're now in Arnside. There's parking all along the main road here and behind me. There's a detailed pause and read board here. We're in the centre of Arnside. There's the pier. And over there is the Kent Viaduct that carries the trains from Carnforth through Silverdale and on to Grange-over-Sands. Everybody's enjoying the sunshine. The pier cost £100 in 1964 when it was bought by the parish council. Few independent shops. We're going to make our way back to the caravan now through Cop Ridding Wood. This is Cop Ridding Wood. Mind your head. Well, we've had a brilliant day. Not far now, back to the caravan. This area well deserves its designation as an area of outstanding natural beauty. Well, we're back at Caravan. It's taken 1 hour and 5 minutes to get back from Arnside, and we've done 6.8 mile. Well, we're ready for his caravan shower and our caravan tea. This was our scenic walk to Arnside. From our caravan here, we walked down the road towards reception, but before the car park we took this right of way here, across the road, down this lane and dropped down to the rocky beach here. And then we rejoined the right of way here and we went to Park Point, Arnside Point, Blackstone Point, around here and into the small seaside town of Arnside. Here's the pier and here's the Kent Railway Viaduct. Our return walk took us back along here to this point here, but then we took the footpath to Cotredding Wood, through the wood to this crossroad point here, and then we dropped down this right of way at the side of Holling Farm and back to the caravan.
Today we're going to drive the 5.5 miles to Carnforth town in Lancashire at the northeast end of Morecambe Bay. It's a market town, famous for its heritage centre where Brief Encounter was filmed during World War II. We hope to see the fictional Milford Junction where Trevor Howard and Celia Johnson met and fell in love. The tea rooms have been restored to resemble the set in Brief Encounter, and you can even watch the film in their small vintage cinema. It's rich in railway heritage and the Victorian station was restored in 2003. We can expect to see George Stephenson's Age of Steam, vintage railway posters, war memorabilia and photographs. We'll then move on to Wharton Old Rectory, an English heritage ruin with free admission. Wealthy and powerful rectors of Wharton once lived here, and it also served as a courthouse.
Well, we've landed in Carnforth. Here's Carnforth train station and heritage centre, and it's a decent sized car park. Looks like you got to go this way. Look at that, celebrating 75 years. Here we are, Carnforth, home of Brief Encounter. It's not very often you get a curved platform. Well, this is the famous spot, but the clock is being restored.
That's the famous grit in the eye moment.
Here's the Brief Encounter refreshment room, bistro and bar. Look at old baggage. You can purchase memorabilia here, even DVDs. Look at signal box levers. Here we are at Wharton Old Rectory. It was in ruins by 1721. Hey, you get kettle on, I'll light the fire. Well, we're back in Cumbria.
Please turn right in 100 yards.
That's it, we've just left Lancashire. I'm going to let the sat-nav take us to our pitch, hopefully. We're at the barrier, number plate recognition. got to go left here. Lovely park, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Look at the views. Motorhome and a caravan on the left here since we arrived.
Nice weather's bringing everybody out.
It is. There's
Please
ours.
turn left in 100 yards.
There's ours.
Onto Holgates Art Road.
Right, it's telling me to turn left here.
Like we've said earlier, lots of nice open spaces. It's not absolutely crammed with caravans. With pictures.
Going this way.
Now turn left.
Turn left.
You have reached your destination.
There we go. Sat-nav's took us back to the caravan.
And our beautiful sea view.
Here's the caravan park and here's Carnforth. This is the train station and heritage centre, and here is Market Street we took a video clip of. From here it was 1.4 mile to English Heritage Wharton Old Rectory opposite the church.
Last day today, we're doing a short walk from site to a folly known as the Pepper Pot.
We're taking this footpath opposite pitch F5. It's a wooded walk up to the Pepper Pot. From the start of the footpath it's taken us 5 minutes to get here, and we're crossing over from Cumbria into Lancashire because this is the boundary. I've just stood on my sunglasses, broken them. It's a good view from up here at the Pepper Pot. It stands 20 feet tall and it was built to commemorate Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee in 1887. It says Blackpool Tower, 43 kilometres in that direction. Just look at that blue sky. This was our walk to the Pepper Pot. We took this right away opposite pitch F5 through the woods to the gap in the wall, which is the county boundary. Continued along here, then turned left here and up to the Pepper Pot. And I'm surprised it's not shown on this map. And then we took another footpath and dropped back down to the gap in the wall. We did about 2.5 miles in total. That's because we explored the footpaths around the Pepper Pot area. We've had a perfect few days at this fabulous site. We've had glorious weather, peace and quiet, lovely sunsets and a view over the north of Morecambe Bay. We've enjoyed exploring the area, whether in Lancashire or Cumbria. See you again soon.